this. It was really cool. Yeah, I'm not going to. But I get.
I answer everything.
Just call me. If I don't get back to you within 12 hours, then I missed it. Just call me.
All right. So next week I have so many lunches to do.
Okay. Are you doing anything tonight? Are you reading?
It's supposed to be Mark Carney. However, I don't see him.
Well, maybe he's in there. We just don't see him because of all the people.
I can't see out there.
He might be sitting behind Charla. Is that with a Charla?
What's your last name? Ranganum. Huh. Okay.
Well, that clock must be not. Oh, yeah, 2 minutes or something. Check here. So mic on, mic's on. Okay. Service book. Okay, this is. All right, let's just scroll.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, of course, yeah. I mean, it's fun. Yeah, there's no other words in some of that. It's just kind of
Announcements.
there's no Gordon's either, and there's no Charles.
What's your name? I'm sorry. Hi, Wendy. Gordon. Thanks for coming. I hope you're going to be the only people singing, so it's Yeah. No, you don't have to. No pressure. No pressure. Did you know the rabbi wasn't going to be here tonight? You did know it, and you came anyway. That's why. Great. Is there something special that I can do for you tonight? Okay. You are. Oh. My sister's husband's family is from there also. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I think we're. Schubert. You know Schubert family? Oh. I don't remember the parents. We'll talk after. Okay. Well, for those in Zoom land and YouTube land, Shabbat Shalom. It's been another tough week in Lake Wobegon. And so yeah, I would be up there too, but since the camera's here and there's people out there. And Jeremy, you could come out and check the level out here because it's really loud where I'm sitting, and they probably don't need it to be that loud. So, okay, we're going to just sing some nice Shabbat songs to get in the Shabbat mood. Don't forget to silence your phones. And I'm not talking to the president in particular. I'm just. She's probably talking to the vice president, Okay, so let's start on, let's see, page 128 has some nice songs we can do. We will sing Dodi Li on page 129, kind of welcome in the Sabbath bride. Dodi Li va'ani lo haroeh ba'shoshanim Dodi Li va'ani lo haroeh ba'shoshanim Dodi Li mizotola min
Hamidbar Mizot Olamin Hamidbar Dodili Va'ani lo haroeh Bashoshanim Dodili Mekuteret Moru Levona Dodili Vanilo Haroeh Bashoshanim Dodili Libaptini Achoti Kala Libaptini Achoti Chala Dodili Va'ani lo haroeh Bashoshanim Dodili Bashoshanim We'll do a 2 down from that, page 129, Ki Shmirah. We're going to do kind of this Yemenite version. Let's find a key. We'll do it around here. Ki Shmirah Shabbat El Yishmereini Oti Leomead Beino Uveini Oti Leomead Beino Uveini Ki Shmirah Shabbat El Yishmereini Oti Leomead Beino Uveini Oti Leomead Beino Uveini Hine mato manai Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine ma tov manayim. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine ma tov. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine ma tov. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine ma tov manayim. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine ma tov manayim. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. We'll just do one more, the one underneath. How beautiful is this day? Shabbat Shalom, Mayafeh. Mayafeh Hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Mayafeh Hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Mayafeh Hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Mayafeh Hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. And Shabbat Shalom, everybody. We're going to welcome in Shabbat with the candle lighting. I'm not sure who was going to do that, if Charlotte was planning on doing it, or Wendy, but if you'd like to, no pressure. Okay, that's all right. Yes, Lauren and Zach. I said Lauren and Zach, didn't you? Yeah. Ah. Okay. Thank you.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'halik ner shel Shabbat.
And we will sing it once, and that you'll find it on page 120. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat. Thank you. Sometimes I like to read some things that we don't often read. On page 127, reading that top there, you can join in, you can just listen, whatever you'd like, but you're welcome to always join in. There are days when we seek things for ourselves and measure failure by what we do not gain. On Shabbat, we seek not to acquire but to share. There are days when we exploit nature as if it were a horn of plenty that can never be exhausted. On Shabbat, we stand in wonder before the mystery of creation. There are days when we act as if we cared nothing for the rights of others. On Shabbat, we remember that justice is our duty and a better world our goal. So we embrace Shabbat, day of rest, day of wonder, day of peace. And let's turn to 138. We're going to do just maybe a 2-line version of Lachad Dodi. It's really accessible. It goes like this. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Nekabla Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Nekabla Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Shalom Umevorah Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Shalom Umevorah Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Nekabla Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Nekabla Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Shalom Umevorah Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Shalom Umevorah. And we'll do the mourners Kaddish. I'm sorry, the Kaddish on page 144. Yitkadash Shmei Rabbah Bi'alma Divrach Yerute V'Amlich Malchute B'chaya Yechon Uvyom Echon Uchaye Dechol Beit Yisrael Ba'agala Uvizman Kahariv V'imeru Amen Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevarach La'olam Almaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yithadar V'yithaleh V'yithalal Shemei Dekudesha Barichu Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shihirata Tushbechata V'nechemata Da'amiram B'yama V'imeru Amen. Please rise. 146. Lai la 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 la. Lai la 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 la. Lai la 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 la. Lai la 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 la. Lai la 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 la. Lai la 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 la. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. You can be seated. Page 150. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Ahavta Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu limadeta Al Kain Adonai Eloheinu Shokbeinu Uvkumeinu Nasiach bechukecha V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha U'mitzvotecha v'leolam va'ed Ki hem chayeinu Ve'orech yameinu Uvahem nege yomam v'layla Nege yomam v'layla V'yahavatcha al tasir Mimenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai Ohev amo Yisrael Ohev amo Yisrael. Page 152 and 3. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Next page 154. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavacha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. 157, bottom, we'll read together. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again, we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. Well, the Torah portion is about our leaders, Miriam, Aaron, and Moses, right at the end of their lives. And so I thought, in honor of Miriam, who was leading the Jewish people as they crossed the sea, we will sing Miriam's song, which you will find somewhere. If somebody finds it first, let me know. But okay, let's see. Where's my table of contents? Here, songs and hymns. Okay, Miriam's song would be not under M. That would be too easy. What page? 646. Okay, 646. Okay. I will warn you in advance, this will be a difficult key to sing in, regardless of the key that it's in. Wide range. Works and doesn't work for everybody. Okay. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long. And Miriam was a weaver of unique variety. The tapestry she wove was one which sang our history. With every thread and every strand she crafted her delight. A woman touched with spirit, she dances toward the light. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced the whole night long. As Miriam stood upon the shores and gazed across the seas, the wonder of this miracle she soon came to believe. Whoever thought the sea would part with an outstretched hand, and we would pass to freedom and march to the promised land. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang a song. Sing a song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced the whole night long. And Miriam the prophet took her timbrel in her hand, and all the women followed her just as she had planned. And Miriam raised her voice in song, she sang with praise and might. We've just lived through a miracle, we're going to dance tonight. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced the whole night long. Miriam and the women danced the whole night long. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to read what it says on page 159. It says, "Sing the song of men and women, joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace." Start on the top of page 161, and then we'll move over to the top of page 160. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chayim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Amen. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. Hamidenu shomreinu l'chayim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 And we rise now for the tefillah, beginning on page 164. Rise, if able. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'Koneh HaKol, V'Zocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, U'Mevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham v'Ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol atah Rav lehoshia, Mechalkei el chayim b'chesed, Mechaye hakol b'rachamim rabim, Somech noflim v'rofei cholim, Umatir asurim, umikayem emunato, lishenei afar, michamocha ba'al gevurot, umidom elach, melech memit umechayeh, umatmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman atah lahachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, ukdoshim b'chol yom yahalalu chasela. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. This song is not in your Sidurim. I did it with the campers at Camp Haverim, and they seem to like it. One girl told me today she didn't like it. And I probably shouldn't have said, well, I wrote it. But, I like to be honest with the kids too. But Yara, who was one of the Israeli teens that came out to help with the camp, and were very helpful. They were really amazing. But she said it was her favorite song. So I'm going to do this for her and for us and the world. And it's called Children of the Earth, and it's about us. I wrote this for the students at NVLA, Napa Valley Language Academy, a long time ago. Let's see. Well, at least 10 years ago or more, maybe 15. And the first part's really easy. It starts with oohs, and we can all sing. It goes like this. Ooh. Listen to the voices rising up above, singing out a message in the language of love, that we can come together, learn to share, and I forgot the words of my own song. For all the world, learn to share and trust, for all the world's children are children like us. High up in the mountains, far across the sea, we are all one people, a world family. We will sing for freedom, sing for all we're worth. All of us are children, children of the earth. Listen to the drumbeat from a far-off land. You may hear a rhythm you don't understand. Be brave and face the music, the language and the lore, and you'll discover treasures you've never known before. High up in the mountains, far across the sea, we are all one people, a world family. We will sing for freedom, sing for all we're worth. All of us are children, children of the earth. All of us are children, children of the earth. I often worry about forgetting the words to songs. And if you want to forget the words to songs or anything that you're saying, just be worried about it, and you'll certainly forget it. But I don't feel as worried about it because I saw on YouTube the other day, Alan Sherman, and he had done like his third album or something. He had done Hello Mudda, Hello Fada so much that he wouldn't even sing it on the Ed Sullivan Show. He wrote a new, basically a sequel, part 2, and he sang that, and he forgot the words right in the middle, and he said, "I forgot the words," and he looked at Ed, and so I feel like, I'm in good company. Although then that other part of my brain went, he forgot the words because of me. I think it was because every time I watched it, he forgot the words. And it's very likely or possible that when I wasn't watching, he didn't forget the words. It's that, particle through the two slits thing. Many of you will know what I'm talking about. Thank you. Still hoping to get it recorded. It's hard to gather up 2,000 kids, but I've been spending 15 years trying to find one at a time, The problem is that they were 10 when I started. Now they're 25, so their voices have changed. I'd audition them, and they're, woo, it's very cute, and they come in, they're going, woo. Like, you don't sound like you did the audition. Well, that was 15 years ago. Okay, so we're going to jump to the Misha Berach, the healing blessing. And there's a lot of healing that's needed. A lot of healing vibes. You can find it on, I think 511. 371 is where I usually find the Misha Berach blessing. And I'll read the names of those in our community who we are thinking of. We're on our healing list, and then if you have other names you would like to mention, you can write them in the comments or whatever online. So we send our healing thoughts to Lynn Feingold, Ilana Massey, Kevin Brackett, Michelle Camasia, Joshua Hyman, Diane Butler, Elsa Loach, Jesse Friedman, Beverly Eigner, Michael Cosson, Ed Eston, Marjorie Gilberg, Michael Blend. Any other names? Okay. And I'll add to that my Uncle Fred Goldman and my good friend Steve Della Majora. And again, on 371, you'll find the Misha Berach blessing. We're doing the one right in the middle of the page. Misha Berach Avotenu Bekor HaBracha Le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishe Berach Imotenu Bekor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. And this is where typically a drosh would come in. I didn't prepare a drosh tonight, so we'll just sing a couple tunes. But I did want to mention Leah, just because our educator, and camp director, because I'm just part of camp. I come for just like 30 minutes, although I was here longer today because I filled in for the rabbi. They're whale watching. No, they're in Wales, but they're watching whales. Yes, right. And wow, I just got louder all of a sudden. I'll have to look into that. So I read a story to them, and I could just hang out with the kids all day and just listen to what they have to say, kind of like Art Linkletter did. And kids say the darndest things. But I just wanted the Torah portion. I read a little bit about it, and it was about Moses and Aaron and Moses' sister Miriam, the leaders, and how they all had different leading styles. And I've been working with kids since I was a kid, and for a long time. And for anybody who's a teacher in a classroom or works with people, groups of people, seminars or whatever, you'll recognize that there's an attitude to the whole group. That's probably just a common thing in human nature. So kids, there's a certain personality, and sometimes they're a pain. It's all over the gamut. Sometimes why are we here? Do we have to sing that? Or they're just, overall there's just this, it's difficult. It's work. It's a lot of work. These kids, this was a group for the last 2 weeks, and there were most of the kids were the same, but there were new kids that had left and new kids that came. They were just really fun. I really looked forward to being with them, and I was always a little sad when, we're done. Like, I'd say, do we have time for one more? And we would say, yeah, you have time for one more. But I really liked hanging out with them. And then when I was done, I actually would just kind of hang out, and then later on I read a story today or do something with them. But so I think that is a direct reaction or a direct consequence, that's not even the right word, of the leadership. You can tell how well a leader is doing. And again, I've seen that too. When the kids are difficult, often, not always, you meet the person who's running the camp, and they're difficult too. And so these kids were just happy all the time that I saw them. They were open to everything. They were respectful. Even when they were disrespectful, they were respectful. But they were apologetic if they did something wrong. I asked these kids to, when I passed out papers, and there were lots of papers. There'd be sometimes 3 or 4 song sheets. Okay, pass these around, and I asked them like I ask every group, please try not to ruin these. Let's keep these, let's conserve, let's be respectful of trees and of paper. And almost every single sheet came back after 2 weeks in like perfect condition. And if somebody, they had it and they go, sorry, I accidentally folded it. They just were really an exceptional group. And again, we also had an assistant director, Hadass, who was part of that whole picture. And so it was not just one person, but it was just this combination of really great, talented, kind people. The Israeli girls who came, same thing. They had this energy about them that was just wonderful. And they gave them a goodbye picture all signed, and they were so excited. And they were very, very, it was a kind of a sad day today for a lot of people who were going on. Micah Eisenberg was around, and I was like a kid because it was so great to have such a talented musician there with me playing. He could just play anything, and he was just so available for anything and funny. And so I could name many people, but that's kind of what jumps out for me. So good leadership is important. As I look at our our new leader, no pressure, no, not at all. So that's my drosh for today. And we're going to turn to page 640, 30 something for the Aleinu. Let's see. 586? Let's try that. Try 586. 586. Ah, yes, 586. Okay. And we rise and we join in the Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, la'ateit gedula le'yotzer b'reishit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, velo hosamanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam kelkenu kahem, v'gohor aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, Lifnei melech malachei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz vayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo Shemo Echad. And why don't you be seated and we'll read the announcements. I can just read those unless you want to. You don't particularly. If I'm doing a bad job, feel free to come up and take over. Yeah, knock me out of the way. I get more nervous reading the announcements than I do everything else. Okay. Mostly I get nervous that they're not here. But I think, yeah. Okay. Candles are lit. Announcements. Saturday, July 16th, Rabbi Goldstein will lead Torah study in person and on Zoom. Monday, July 18th, Soul Sisters will be meeting on Zoom to plan the book options for the coming year. Shabbat on July 22nd, we will have a special guest speaker, Aaron Alter Starr. I knew Aaron when he was this big. Sharing his experience in Ukraine. Don't forget that August 7th is L'chaim, Jewish food, wine and beer festival at CIA Copia. Gordon and Graham will be playing music there. Tickets are on sale now via Eventbrite. We'd like to give warm wishes to this week's birthdays and anniversaries. Happy birthday to Howard Eisenstark, Ed Tapper, Shai Wasserman, Cindy Water, Sonia Milton, Noah Massey, Renee Lafayette, Seth Turbo, and Rona Brackett. Happy anniversary to Michelle Herbs and Ross Rubin, 23rd. Gary and Dan, is that correct? Dan? Okay. Gary and Dana Shapiro. That's their 28th. Does that sound right? Okay. Rabbi Goldstein and Carolyn Gill, 4th. That's today. That's right. And that concludes our announcements for today. Okay. We will now go to the Kaddish, which we will find. I think we'll do a little one of these readings first, and then we'll rise for the Kaddish. So let's turn to page. Well, let's try 596. Number 9, we'll read that together. We have lived in numberless towns and villages, and in too many of them we have endured cruel suffering. Some we have forgotten, others are sealed in our memory, a wound that does not heal, 100 generations of victims and martyrs, Still their blood cries out from the earth, and so many at Dachau, at Buchenwald, at Babi Yar. What can we say? What can we do? How bear the unbearable? Or accept what life has brought to our people? All who are born must die, but how shall we compare the slow passage of time with the callous slaughter of the innocent, cut off before their time? They lived with faith, not all but many, and surely many died, with faith in God, in life, in the goodness that even flames cannot destroy. May we find a way to the strength of that faith, that trust, that sure sense that life and soul endure beyond this body's death. They have left their lives to us. Let a million prayers rise whenever Jews worship. Let a million candles glow against the darkness of these unfinished lives. And obviously this is kind of specific to Holocaust and survivors and the Jewish people, but we can easily extend that to everybody we know who has met similar parallel fates. And so we think about them. And we rise and we join in the Kaddish, Mourner's Kaddish, on page 598. Yitkada v'yitkadash me'rabah, bi'alma divra chirute, v'yamlich malchute, v'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mavarach le'olam u'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudasha barichu. Le'elah minchol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiram bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. And I did leave out the names, so we're going to read those afterward. Those we remember who have passed in this last year are Arnold Tromler, Erica Corneliuson, Gladys Shubin, Richard Magano, Clark Smith, Stephanie Rab Axner, David Ernesto Kaplan, Pat Pate, Annette Goldberg, Maggie Sherman, Sandra Banco Fichtenberg, Nicholas Huff, George Montano, Dean Wilson, Norman Charney, David Alpert, Renee Munoz. Let's see. Do we have the? Oh, there it is. Okay. And those whose yahrzeits we observe at this time are Larry Elson, John Hagan, Melvin David Deller, Max Goldman, Rose Sandhouse, Estelle Neiman, and Jacob B. Neiman. Are there other names you'd like to add? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death, and we say, Amen. You can please be seated. And we'll do a concluding song. Is there something going on in the back? Oneg? Oh, okay. Just, we got food? Thanks to Lauren. Okay. So when we, at the conclusion of service, you're invited to go back and enjoy and schmooze and eat. So let's end with this simple Oseh Shalom, which is the last few lines of the Kaddish. We'll do the traditional melody. Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, V'al kol Yisrael v'imru Imru, Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, V'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, V'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, V'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, V'al Kol Yisrael. The harmony goes, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, V'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, V'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel. I want to thank you all for coming in person. I appreciate the support, having people to see and sing along with me. So we're going to join in the motzi and the wine blessing, and then we'll adjourn. I'll just leave this on. It's much easier. Okay. Please join me. We'll just do the short blessing tonight. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, motzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. B'tei avon. Got many hats. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. You can go to the back while you're singing alone. You don't have to wait. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Lauren, do you want to advise them on the doors there so they don't hurt their fingers? Bim, bam, bim,